What's up, everyone? Welcome to Summit Talk, the podcast where we explore what it means to be grounded in purpose while reaching for greatness in every area of life. I'm Elle, I'm your host, and I'm excited to get into today's topic with you. Today, we're going to talk about a badge of honor that we all wear way too well: burnout. Running around and being tired all the time in the name of busyness or I've accomplished this is not a flex. It's gonna catch up with you and it's gonna sit you down. If you've been running on fumes and ignoring the warning signs your body is giving you or feeling guilty for even thinking about rest, this episode is for you. Let's break down how to recognize burnout, when to push in, but most importantly, when to let go. As a type A personality, there have been lots of times in my life where I felt like I had to accomplish certain things by a certain timeline because of whatever fictitious parameters I had set in place for myself, only to look out and see that I had been missing body cues, that I was tired, that I was run ragged. My hormones may have been out of balance, just lots of different things that were just red flag, red flag, red flag. And I refused to sit down, all in the name of trying to get stuff done. And I burnt myself out. I was burning the candle at both ends. And what that taught me is that there is never something that's so important that is at the detriment of my mental health, of my physical health, and of just being a whole, well person. First things first, how do you even know if you're burnt out? Because listen, some of us have been running on autopilot for a long time and we make it look good, okay? But it could just feel like part of your job description and what you're supposed to do. Here's some red flags that you might be burnt out or somewhere close to that zone. You're always exhausted no matter how much sleep you get. You're for no reason, like the sound of someone breathing too loud makes you want to fight. Feeling disconnected from the things that usually bring you joy. Your body is talking loudly. Headaches, tension, sickness, fatigue. You feel stuck, but also too tired to do anything about it. If any of this sounds like you, friend, we need to talk. Now, before you start canceling all of your meetings and say, well, Elle said that I ain't got to do none of this, just take a beat. Not every moment of exhaustion means that I have to throw in the towel and call it quits. Some seasons require us to push through the discomfort. There's a difference between pushing through for a purpose and pushing through because you don't know how to stop. So how do you know? Ask yourself these 3 questions. Is this a temporary hard season or have I been feeling like this for a long time? Short-term hustle is different from long-term depletion. Number 2, if I took a break, would I come back better? If the answer is yes, that means rest is a solution, not more hustle. Number 3, is what I'm pushing for even worth it? Woo, because some of y'all are burning out over things that don't even matter. Sometimes the best way to move forward is to stop, breathe, and reset. One of the hardest things to admit is when something is no longer serving you and when it's no longer working. Quitting something that no longer serves you isn't failure, it's wisdom. Whether it's a toxic job, relationship that's draining you, or a commitment you made out of obligation, there is no shame in letting go. Here's how you know it's time to walk away. 1, you dread it every single day. 2, it's taking more from you than it's giving. 3, you're staying just because you don't want to disappoint people. And 4, you can't even see a future where this makes sense for your life. If you need a sign to release something that's weighing you down, this is it. So, Elle, what do I do about it? What are some practical takeaways? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here's some practical steps. 1, schedule rest on purpose. If you don't plan it, it won't happen. Block out time before you crash. 2, stop apologizing for taking breaks. You are not a machine. Resting does not make you lazy. 3, move in a way that makes your body feel good. Not for punishment, but for release. Yes, this is your sign to come to a Flex and Flow workshop. 4, get support. Therapy, coaching, or even just talking to someone who gets it. You don't have to figure this thing out alone. And lastly, remember your why. Sometimes burnout comes from chasing the wrong things. Realign with what really matters. Your body is not lying to you. If you've been ignoring some of those warning signs that it's trying to give you, this is your wake-up call. You need to tune in. This episode hit home. I want you to figure out one way that you can rest this week, just one. Whether it's canceling a meeting, taking a nap without guilt, or saying no to something that drains you, take that step. And if you're feeling stuck or need support, drop me a comment below. I'd love to be able to support you, cheer you on. It's not a badge of honor. You deserve rest. You deserve peace. You deserve to keep climbing your summit without running yourself into the ground. As always, thank you for being here, and remember to stay rooted, aim higher, and I'll see you at the summit.